Hello everyone, it's Zip Dude here, showing off my latest acquisition. What we have here is something that was made in 1957 or 1958, and it was made in West Germany. The brand on this is an Emod, and it's a T7 model. Back in the day, when this was brand new, at that time, this sold for about $150. And I remember some of my friends and relatives having shortwave radios in their house, and that's exactly what this is. It works almost like our modern day entertainment systems if you look at it. In addition to having things that are inside of it that it can use, like the shortwave radio and AM and FM, it also has switches that you could connect other AV devices. And you can see here in this particular case, there's one that's labeled tape, phonograph. Pretty interesting setup. I got this at an estate sale, and it's in functioning condition. It works like it should, and I only paid $80 for it. It's interesting also too because the Emod T7 has a tuning dial for the shortwave and the AM radio, and it has a separate one for the FM. So you can kind of keep your FM presets or your shortwave, as the case would be, separate from each other, so you could just push the button and automatically switch over. Has separate in treble and bass controls. And when we go around and look at the back, I'm going to show you all the inputs in the case. And then once we're done with that, I'll demonstrate a little bit on how the radio operates. Here we are at the back of the unit, and you can see some pretty common things. Up in the upper left here, we have the traditional power cord for the United States. And we also have a little schematic here to tell you what the tubes are without having to open anything. You can see here, it's given us some of the tubes that make the radio work. And, so if we're looking for replacements, we don't actually have to try and figure it all out. It gives us all the information. You can see here where it says made in West Germany. Information here for where the antenna is and the ground and stuff. And it's interesting because these proprietary cables, as you can see here, this one is actually connected. It must have been using the cable at a residence to try and get some extra length out of the signal to try and draw in more of it. Underneath here, you can see it looks like you can have this go out to another unit, almost make this kind of like a preamp situation. And over here, we got some odd connections here for how to connect the tape. It looks like a circular connection similar to for a microphone. And over here on the other side here, we have stuff to connect a second loudspeaker. So it's pretty interesting here to see all these things and how it all connects. I took off the press board back to show you the inside of this radio and how it's all set up. And it's pretty interesting too. We also have a small little fuse here. So if you have one of these and you have no power, I recommend you go in here and see if you can verify that fuse is good. Obviously, don't touch any of the stuff that's in here. You have the concept of having some pretty decent voltage. And, we're looking at a tube amp here versus what we have nowadays as far as solid state. So, it's going to be a little bit of a challenge. You're going to have to do some homework and try to figure it out yourself. Or you're going to have to find somebody that specializes in working on old tube amplifiers to help bring your thing back to life. Okay, now I'm going to show you how the FM radio operates on this unit. One of the first things I notice is when you look at it, it's backwards. If you look at the far right here, our numbers are low, and as you go to the left, it increases, which is kind of the exact reverse of what we're used to in the United States. So I'm going to try my best to avoid a copyright strike, but I still want to show you how this operates. So I'm just going to go up the dial really quick and get some different sounds out.
Ghost of Boris who curses her. Sergei calms her down. But
it's Giant Floors winter clearance inventory sale going on now.
In our lives, things like bread or
And what's really neat about this is this green electric eye. It'll let you know when you get a good signal because it'll expand. So I'm just going to turn this in.
WCOZ New Albany, WMMH Houtzdale, WPAL Laceyville.
And if you look at the shortwave indicators here, you can see they have areas of the world where you can turn the dial to, and supposedly those channels from those nations or areas are there. I don't know how accurate that is nowadays. Unfortunately, my shortwaves don't really come in so well here in the daytime. I've had a lot of success in the late evening by getting different programs. I'm just going to try and turn through the dial really quick and see if we find anything. But I really don't have a good antenna hooked up, and we'll see what we can do. Not so much. I'm going to report back once I get an antenna that'll actually pick up things and show you how it sounds on the shortwave side of things. But no matter how you slice it, you're looking at something that's 73 or 74 years old here. And the fact that it powers up and that it functions is truly a testament to the craftsmanship that our forefathers had when they built devices. You know, this survived. It wasn't just thrown in the garbage. And it's made out of some quality components. So please like and subscribe and check out some of my other videos. I'm really on a mission here to try and make videos about things of the past, things that are forgotten, and, you know, bring them to light. Thank you.